morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
I do.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, that sounds so good.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that was good news.
It is the 29th day of July, 2024. Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. My name is Chris Hockey. Thank you for tuning in. Here's what we got going on today. We got Ben Leber. We got, actually, I don't think we have Musk today because we have the initials, another tourney game. Let's see what's going on. Speaking of intense, how about the Olympics? Here's some comedy about the Olympics. Comedy from Neil Brennan, the Power Trip Morning Show on a Monday morning. Now I know it's Monday, but come on in. I'm glad you're here.
Michael Phelps has 23 gold medals in the Olympics. You know what second place of all time is? 8. He's always been pretty open about having depression, right? Which didn't surprise me at all, because when he first came back from the Olympics, he had like a few gold medals, and then someone took a picture of smoking weed, and then he got busted for a DUI, and people were like, I'm worried about Michael Phelps. I was like, I'm not. This maniac's right on time. It's just a boy who loves his country right there. Those little gymnastics girls, that should be against the law. The events are insane, where it's like, all right, you're going to come charging down this runway. Yeah, bare feet. And then wear like a bathing suit with like, bedazzled. And then you're going to get to the end of the runway. We put a trampoline down there, right? And then someone left a table. So you got to... By the way, you're 11, right? They don't even sound like sporting events. They sound like jackass stunts that they let them practice in advance. Or like, I'm Johnny Knoxville, this is the balance beam.
Okay.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side.
Smash.
You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Another week of the Power Trip Morning Show. It's Monday, July 29th. We're getting dangerously close to August, which means we are dangerously close to the Minnesota State Fair. Now, I know you guys are going to the Hall of Fame game Thursday in Canton, and you're pumped. But look, football season is here, which means it's State Fair time as well.
Yeah, we leave tomorrow after the show, right, Hog?
That's right.
What a trip
That's
for
right,
you
yes.
two.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Holding hands, telling stories, making love.
Yeah.
Texans, Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be the Bear. I'll be the Texan. I'm going to dress up in cowboy boots and some Spurs. He's a big bar.
And then, are we staying till Saturday for all the...
Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
We're staying till Sunday, yeah. We're going to drive all the way back. We're going to dead-leg it all the way back.
All right, sweet, man. You drive the whole time?
Of course. I don't let you drive. Yeah.
Yeah, texting and driving.
I'm good at it.
All right, that'll be fun.
It'll be fun. First day in pads today, man.
How about that?
Today's the day. First day in pads.
Yeah, man.
You were there Saturday.
Yeah, it was great. It was really hot. JJ McCarthy, I think, is going to push as hard as he can to be the starting quarterback. Yeah. He's really good.
A lot of comments about how his ball placement was very good.
Yeah.
But
Zach was not there.
Right.
Can you tell Zach, because he wasn't at TCO on Saturday, could you tell him everything you learned about JJ McCarthy's balls?
Yeah, tell him about his ball placement.
How
places
sweaty
it
were
well.
they?
I'm sure. It was about 91 out.
Tough to hang on to
sweaty.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that.
But he puts it right in that tight spot.
Well, they'll get everywhere, those things.
So he has a nice ball.
Yeah, he does.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Deep ball?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All of them.
Yeah.
All the balls you need, he's got.
Oh, good.
People were fawning over him, though.
There were some. Why not?
Yeah. People were.
LaFonda?
Fawning him.
What?
LaFonda?
They were fawning over him.
LaFonda.
and under him.
You think Kip Dynamite and LaFonda are still together?
There's no doubt.
That's
I don't want to
true
live in a
love.
world where they're not.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to picture a world where, you know, it's just like you can't go from being a superhero to being a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seahawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
What the hell is going on?
Yesterday on Twitter, Meat Sauce tweeted, Deadpool and Wolverine is the best comic book movie ever, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I stand by that.
I don't know if I can play that anymore.
I heard it yesterday live.
They were there, yeah.
The funny thing is, I didn't realize that's who they were.
Are you kidding me? You didn't know that was the Pretenders?
No.
No kidding. Wow.
Did you try to think of Sauce's tweets while they were singing that?
I did. It was
Yeah, I got like
it was
6.
beautiful.
How good is that guitar player?
So good.
Right?
Incredible.
When did it start raining?
It rained right between the sets, between the Pretenders and the Foo Fighters. It rained very hard. A lot of people went to the concourse. I stuck through it. And
You're a warrior.
I really am.
You're a Foo Fighter concert warrior.
Impromptu wet t-shirt contest.
There's a couple of ladies that were covering up a bit in front of us, in the row in front of us. But and then they ended up going up with one of the guys. The other guy was like, I'm going to stay tough down here, too. And so we had a good time. And then it sprinkled at times throughout the show. But we got lucky as all hell because there was rain everywhere else.
Yeah.
But that nice little pocket at Target Field last night. So.
All right, we'll get to a Foo Fighter full review later. But Sauce, you said it's the best comic book movie ever.
Yeah, it's incredibly funny. The action is great. Hawk said it on Friday. It's the most violent movie I've ever seen. It's incredibly violent. But the fourth wall breaking is super funny. The one cameo where the one character we've yet to see shows up and he just rips him like he's talking to the audience is incredible. I love that movie. It was 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes. From start to finish, it was awesome. The music, it's probably one of the better soundtracks in a film. Wolverine is a great character. I just loved it.
It was an amazing movie. It was the funniest one that they've come out with so far. I was cracking up the entire time.
Yeah.
And they couldn't, like, it gave you everything that you wanted out of the movie.
The Ben Affleck line was brilliant too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like the whole thing. And there was a couple moments where you just like me and my boy just actually cheered when certain people came on the screen. It was hilarious. They went out of their way to like, if you were worried about Deadpool going over to Disney, worry no longer because I wouldn't have even been able to tell. Like it was just as funny as the other ones, if not funnier. It was incredible.
Highest grossing opening weekend ever for an R-rated movie with $205 million in domestic sales, $438 globally, but it's also big enough to be 8th. Period. Forget about the R thing. Just 8th biggest ever. Just below 2012's The Avengers and just above Black Panther.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's on track to make another $1 billion. The first two made $1 billion, so I wouldn't be surprised. Pretty much the future of the Marvel universe, literally in our world and in the movie, was riding on Deadpool. And
it worked.
It worked 100%. And that's part of the reason that I think the Robert Downey Jr. thing happened as well, is that they're like, hey, we're in a super tumultuous period. We're not going to take a chance throwing a dart at some guy being Dr. Doom. We're going to go with someone that we know is box office money. So let's go with Robert Downey Jr.
How is that going to work, though? You guys are Marvel guys. Is that going to work that Downey Jr. is in the same universe?
I don't get it. I mean, he's the greatest superhero character of all time. And he's the most iconic superhero character of all time, and now he's just going to be another guy. I think that's weird.
It depends on how they play it, because in the comic books, Dr. Doom wears his iconic mask because his face is all messed up and scarred. So, like, are the in-universe characters going to recognize that he looks like Tony Stark? Because I think he's going to be from another universe. So is it going to be like a Tony Stark gone mad? Is he just going to be a completely different character? I think I would venture to guess that there's going to be two Doctor Dooms eventually, because he is like the big bad. You can't really just kill him and get rid of him. So I think there's going to be two eventually, and he's just like a variant, a different universe Doctor Doom. But in the comic books, they do have a connection. Doctor Doom becomes Iron Man becomes Doctor Doom, blah, blah, blah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah. Thanks for the fake intro score. I do really appreciate that.
I did not know that.
But like Maxa was saying, like I was explaining to Kelly yesterday about how like there were times where Marvel, when the 2 Avengers movies came out, how it was like on top of the world. There's some really bad Marvel movies in between there. The Ant-Man Quantumania was awful.
The worst.
It's maybe the worst Marvel movie of all time.
If Thor 4 didn't exist.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. But it rebounded nicely with the movie I saw yesterday.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you guys explaining it to me.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah. Max,
were you confused? Because that was Chris's big take on Friday morning.
You weren't confused about the setting.
I was confused.
And who the bald-haired lady was. You weren't surprised.
No, because I know who her brother is.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, okay.
But she doesn't exist in the world, does she? Does she really exist?
In the comic books, yeah.
I don't read comics.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really didn't know. I'm still not sure. It doesn't matter. It was very funny. I agree with you. I just, I still don't know what the hell happened.
But Sauce, do you believe you could pass a quiz right now if somebody said explain A, B, C, and D about Wolverine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. I cannot wait for you to explain it to me.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. Those guys are just comic home runs.
It couldn't have come at a better time, too, for them to just, like, look at the camera and be like, hey, I know the last couple of years have sucked, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have come at a better time for Marvel.
He says to somebody, hey, welcome. This is a tough time for Marvel, but I'm glad you're here, basically. Yeah, it's great. I loved every second of it, including the after credits scene is brilliant.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah. He's just a good character because he's like anti what a lot of the comic book, characters are. He's got personality. He's funny. He swears. He's actually violent as opposed to like PG-13 violent. And
you're describing Homelander from The Boys as well, which is why you would love that show.
It's basically what Deadpool
Which is why you would love the movie. Why have you not watched any of these yet?
I don't know.
Homelander's a terrible person.
Terrible person.
Is this going to change you at all? Are you going to finally catch up here?
I loved the X-Men. I've seen all those movies. I used to love those.
You'd love Deadpool. You really would.
Yeah. Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy are like
Guardians of the Galaxies are. I
saw the first one.
I haven't seen the last one.
Saw the first Guardians. Yeah.
If that just happened, did I forget that happened?
I saw it essentially when it came out, give or take.
Yeah.
If I can get you to read like in your own voice that you recommend to see Deadpool, well, then you listen to yourself and go see it. Is that how this works?
Like, I'm not going to take your advice.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I want it to come from you.
Oh, yeah.
So you can.
It's like Inception. You need to get me to believe it's my own idea. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the boys, did you guys know? I don't know much about Anthony Starr, the guy who plays Homelander. I saw his interview with Seth Meyers. I had no idea that dude was from New Zealand.
Yeah. I saw the bloopers.
You would never know.
Yeah, seriously, it was crazy.
The accent is thick.
I watched the blooper reel, and he just went in between both of them like it was nothing. It was crazy. Like somebody started laughing, and then he just started. What
a good actor, man.
Seriously, easy for us guys like us.
To bounce between different
I did
accents.
All the time.
Oh,
yeah. I do it all the time. See how that happened?
Okay, that's Irish. Now do like Australian or New Zealand.
No, I do English.
Oh, just English.
Michael Caine,
yeah. Well, I
a little bit of irony as well. They showed that Anthony Starr is ridiculously afraid of heights.
Oh, really?
So he's Homelander who flies, but he's afraid of heights. So they have to put him up all the time to film stuff.
Whoa.
And he bleeping hates it.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. And they said that the writers of The Boys, specifically, once they know what you don't like, they write that in even more. So they keep putting Anthony in terrible spots because they know that he hates it.
Well, you know the one character that has narcolepsy in this season, right? That's in real life. They wrote that into the series because that actor actually has narcolepsy.
No kidding.
Yeah, they were taking pictures of him on the set, and he's just passed out.
Wow.
Yeah.
This season was fantastic. It was super fun. What do we got? One left, right? One to go?
One left. Yeah. Supposedly, like, I've seen some of the cast members kind of putting it out there that they'd like a big payoff movie at the end, but as of right now, we got Gen V and we got one more season of The Boys.
I got I call them compilations and payoff movies.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We got a lot of those saved on my
It's a quick thing to watch.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need, right? Just show me the payoff.
So Ben's going to be here in like 40 minutes, but Mark Parrish will be here today. John Bonus, Tatum Everett, Eric Stolhansky, Elizabeth Reese. Quarterfinal number 3. We've had 2 awesome games. Do Young Park with history last Monday. And freaking Tommy on Friday.
Unbelievable.
That was so cool. And $70,500 up for grabs today at 8:15. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Power Trip Morning Show. But you can also watch the Power Trip Morning Show weekdays at 8 on the Power Hour, powered by Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Just go to KFAN.com/watch.
All right, did he explain it to you? Do you feel like you guys are on the same page now?
It turns out that you need to have seen every one of the movies to understand everything that happened. And I gave up on those a long time ago. So, but basically also it turns out that all the stuff that I didn't understand wasn't serious. They were inside jokes. So,
so you weren't missing much.
Well, I think, I don't. I feel like I needed to read a story about the movie before I saw the movie so I could understand it. But I can't believe you guys have seen all those movies.
That is one of the problems with these big universes or these big franchises. How many times did we hear that with Thrones and now with House of the Dragon? Like, well, they explain that in the books. I'm not reading the books. I'm watching the show, right? So it's still a flaw of the show if they leave out things or don't explain things correctly. It's 2 different mediums. So I know you're trying to feed both fan bases, but if you're missing things or making mistakes,
right?
It still confuses the people that didn't read the books or didn't read the comics.
Like I said, it didn't make me not enjoy the movie, but I still like you guys just told me about like 5 or 7 movies that I haven't seen that I needed to see in order to understand what happened. And every one of those movies you were describing to me, Max and Sauce, you said, well, that's terrible. That's a terrible movie.
We were just naming the terrible movies. None of those movies that we named have anything to do with Deadpool. We were just naming the terrible Marvel movies that have come out lately. You just need to see the old Fox movies, any of the old X-Men movies, like any of those canceled like Fox movies. That's the only thing you need to understand. All those other movies, me and Sauce were just ripping.
Yeah, like the people that we're talking about that are in it, those movies are terrible, and that's the joke. Is like they rip on that too. Like they rip on the Daredevil bit because all those movies are just horrific.
Right, The Punisher they rip on.
Awful.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider they should have brought up because that was awful.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Don't rip Nick Cage.
The one that I was most confused about is the setting of something, and they both told me that was just a joke. And I didn't get the joke. I still am not completely clear on it. I feel like an old man who hasn't read a lot or seen a lot of comic book movies.
Yeah.
Which I guess is exactly what I am.
Yeah.
Which is, that's my feeling. It was still very funny, though.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know all of it because, like, there are a few of them that I've skipped because, like, everybody says they're awful. Like, I
would have bet $1 million he hated it.
No, I loved it.
I honestly, if you had said this morning before the review.
Oh, really?
I would have bet $1 million he hated it.
I loved it.
What would your guess? Why would you have guessed that?
Because it was confusing, but maybe it was only confusing to me because I don't know what he knows. And I thought that they tried way too hard to tell like 180 different stories in one. But again, you guys were telling me they did that on purpose and you liked it.
Yeah, I think they're making fun of how bad it's gotten. I think is part of it. But no, I loved it. I laughed most of the time. It was great.
Good.
It was mostly packed theater on a Sunday morning. Yeah, brilliant.
I had fun with that one too.
Yeah. That's great, Zago.
How did we get the Vikings to actually use the JJ Gallahorn at U.S. Bank Stadium?
So good.
It honestly sounds like an ancient war is about to start.
Yeah, correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it does sound like maybe like a dragon in the House of the Dragon. Like right before it eats and melts people, it goes.
Yeah. You watched last night too?
I thought it was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Want to go.
I'm pretty turned on now.
Want to go. The final 15 seconds, you're like, here we go.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be a good finale.
That look on her face, I'm like,
Yep.
I'm a little turned on. She's pissed.
Yep, there were definitely a couple of, you nailed it early. There were a couple of episodes this season where you're like, man, is this going anywhere?
Yeah.
But when they get down to it, it's still, man, is that show fun too?
Yeah.
And the end was outstanding last night.
Yeah, when old One Eye's like, whoa, hey-o.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and head back. And you're like, why is he heading back? Oh, that's why he's heading back. Whoops.
Yeah, right. Hey-o.
We're doing a really good job of reviewing movies and TV shows without saying anything that happened in the actual show or the movie.
Yeah, that's how you roll.
Well, everybody's read the book.
Everybody's read the book.
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't read 1 second of one book from Game of Thrones, and maybe that's why I'm so confused. And definitely,
that's not it.
And I definitely lose track of who is related to who and who slept with whose brother. Well, again, it's so incestuous, so it's not the easiest family tree to follow.
Yeah,
right.
And that's the whole story of this season. By the way, that's right. Like that's the whole story arc of this season is who'd Dad bang again?
Right.
Whoa. Well.
Yeah, not always easy to follow the family tree when the family tree isn't just the ones that you grew up with because he slept with everybody in the town.
Yeah.
As well.
If you have blonde hair, come try to ride this dragon.
Exactly.
Why is there so much incest?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
You asked that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So you're against incest.
What are you, anti-incest?
I'm not against any sort of artistic expression.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. You're not a Thrones person or a House of the Dragon person, right? And not at all?
And I was one of those people that you made fun of one time because I always said, like, oh, is it like set in the past? But it's not because it's a
alternate universe.
So it's a fictional universe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
so they made the choice to include incest, the writer's room.
So as a viewer, though, does that make you want to watch it more or less?
More, but more. It's intriguing.
It is intriguing, and if you were to read the history books about the, let's just say, English monarchy, you'd see sort of the same thing.
Sure. He's not wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
I get it, but you'd also see hairy armpits, and they don't have those in there, right?
Bagpiping.
You know, you don't see a lot of armpits there, but I guess you're probably right. I mean,
they're all well groomed.
Well.
Not all of them.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that is a real failing of that show. I need to,
Not a lot of nudity this season.
I know. I'm pissed.
Pissed.
Yeah, not a lot of nudity. Yeah, I mean, even like I'm like, where's the wang?
Whoa, but
I mean, there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, no, but it's not like I mean, I guess. Yeah. I just. It's not like I guess I do kind of miss it.
Yeah, you need some full-on crank.
Well, it's like that. I don't feel like I'm watching Game of Thrones. It's like, this ain't Game of Thrones.
Unless you see penis.
Yeah. Where's that guy's dong?
Maybe that's what they're saving for the season finale.
Maybe. Oh, my gosh.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. House of Dongs.
When does the Lord of the Rings thing come back out, or was that a one-time thing?
I think it's coming back out soon. I just saw a commercial for it during the Olympics yesterday.
Not sure.
Okay,
season 2.
Good. I haven't seen a second of the Olympics yet.
Man.
Oh, I've been locked in. I was watching fencing like it was the Super Bowl.
Man, fencing's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that's cool.
It was
I watched women's rugby. I watched some volleyball. There was some fencing in there, some kayaking. Didn't see a second of the men's basketball team. I know they crushed, but didn't see a second of that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Gymnastics.
What do you think it would be like if, I don't know, the world went a little crazy, and there was a sport like fencing, only one of the folks died. Like they did it without any tips on the
old school.
Like actual gladiators.
Bring the swords back.
Like these are prisoners who are on death row, and one of them dies today, and the other one gets converted to a life sentence. Here's your sword.
Wait, so the winner still goes to prison for life?
Yeah, but they don't die.
Oh man,
greasy.
Yeah,
I think you'd have some people just lose intentionally.
Oh, I don't know. I think you'd be surprised, man.
Yeah.
Well,
there's plenty of sex in prison.
There's only one way to find out. Right. Somebody put it together.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pay-per-view that.
Yeah.
If I know, like the pregame show is what they did to get into jail. And by the time the fight starts, you want them both dead. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point.
The gambling alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't Carlin?
I'm the Dana Carvey of prison fights. Not Dana Carvey. Dana White.
Nick Carvey.
I was like, you're just gonna be there cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Chopper Bronco.
Well, again, Chris, you're going to hate this, but we're going to do it because Sauce just referenced it. I won't try to do the joke itself, but Carlin once had an idea that we could do capital punishment on TV.
Monday Night Football.
So, right, and you could cut off the person's head with like a guillotine on the top of a hill, but then the mob, you could all gamble on which one of the numbered holes the head will fall into. He's like, it would be gigantic ratings. And he said we could do that to balance the bleeping budget.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
So, you're telling me the worst, pedophiles in the world, you wouldn't watch their heads roll down a hill and gamble on, like, roulette? I love roulette.
Yeah.
I'd bet on it.
And then wasn't that the same bit about having a 4-state prison farm and then you'd all let them out at the same time? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically take
the
4 states that are like squares and you just
Kansas,
put them all there.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure that I watch it, but I don't know for sure that I wouldn't.
Right.
What
Right.
else is on?
Correct.
I can't see myself. A guy's about to get his head chopped off, and then I just turn the channel looking for something because I'm bored. I'm just flipping.
I
the
do that
channels.
all the time on Twitter, right? Those morbid videos where it's, something is terrible. You can tell what's about to happen. And at the last second, I just scroll because but even if it's a 30-second video, I'll watch the first 20 seconds going, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then at the last second, I chicken out and go, what am I doing? I don't want to ruin my day.
What about the car crash videos where the guys fly out of the car and you're like, I don't want it to think I like this because I'll see 100 of them.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there goes a gentleman taking his last breath while flying through the air towards a culvert.
Oh, man.
And we're just watching it through a screen.
There he goes. Wait a minute. That's not real, is it? Yes, it is.
Hey, if you click on stuff, if you hover over stuff, right, the algorithm adjusts.
Yeah.
If you block a bunch of things or people that are all on the same topic, does it start to change the algorithm? Because I've been doing that all the time because I'm like, I can't stand this person popping up on the old timeline anymore.
Right.
I got to get rid of them. I don't care what it does. I can't deal with this anymore. And it's just not helping.
It's worse.
As I said.
What are you guys doing in the algorithm?
Just stick in the following
Stay
category.
out of the algorithm. What are you
Stick in the
doing?
following category.
I've noticed the same thing, Cor. I
We
feel
both
like
know what we're talking about.
I think if you even if you hover over it to block it, it reads it as you're interested in it.
Oh, man.
I don't think it cares whether you're interested in it or not. It wants you to see it.
Yep.
Again, following. What are you guys
Just
doing?
stick in the following.
I know.
Stay out of the For You.
I know you think that works, but it doesn't. I'm telling you.
I've never seen a tweet I didn't want to see in the following
Well, that's because
category.
we're on different sides of the square, brother.
No, that's not at all. I see everybody I follow. It's in the following. Nobody else is in there. So stay to the
Well, I'm sorry.
following.
Sometimes when you reload Twitter, though, it automatically goes to For You.
Yeah, exactly. Mine does always.
Yeah,
It
then
starts on
you
For
hit
You.
following like an
There,
adult,
brother.
and you hit
I'm
that, and then you don't see any of that stuff anymore.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Adult?
I
Why?
apologize.
I'm childish.
I just
for
hear you guys
reading
talking
tweets.
about
I'm
how
immature.
awful a
I'm
cesspool
sorry,
of
Johnny
social
X.
media.
I
It's
didn't
like,
realize
how is
you
it?
ran Twitter. I apologize. I didn't mean to upset you.
Now, Facebook, Instagram, that's a whole different story. You're gonna the algorithm the hell out of you over there.
I didn't realize you owned Twitter.
But no, I don't own Twitter.
Elon Halverson?
No, okay.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Who is on Facebook anymore? Is anybody here still on Facebook?
I am.
I'm sure I am.
Just as more of a digital scrapbook.
Yeah.
I use it for the pornos. So
Yeah.
You look up porn on Facebook?
I'm kidding, slut.
Are you?
Yes, I am. I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
piss Zach
slut.
off again. I'm saying bad things about.
No, I'm not pissed off. I'm like, I've never.
Sounds like it.
Passionate.
But yeah, look, I'm just going right now. If I pull up Twitter, it goes straight to the For You.
Yeah.
So it's the first thing I see every time.
Okay, let me
And
try
this is
here.
this is garbage. This is garbage. I want that blocked.
Literally just open up following.
I don't know why yours does that.
You
Mine
gotta-
goes straight to the For You every time.
There must be a setting or something.
I don't know. Front Page Sports is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Okay, here we are, 6:07. Power Trip Morning Show. Ben's on his way in. I don't think Musman's in today.
I don't believe so, which is all right because the studio is going to be packed. Eric Stolhanski's going to be here about 7.
Yeah.
Our buddy Mark Parrish, who is also buddies with Eric Stolhansky, wants to come in about 7 to hang out with Eric as much as possible. Tatum Everett from the Vikings Entertainment Network is going to be here. Elizabeth Reese from that one show, right, Sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah,
from
Ben's show.
From Ben's show, yeah.
Twin Cities Live, she'll be here. Initials at 8:15, quarterfinal number 3. We've had 2 good games. Let's see if it keeps going. And the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot, $70,500. That's insane.
Yeah, insane.
I can't believe at some point the Power Trip Morning Show is giving away $70,000+.
Yeah.
That's
that'll be
insane.
Sweet.
All right, but let's do front page sports.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores, buy 2, get 1 free, 28-ounce Gatorades. That's right, buy 2, get 1 free. Mix and match any flavors you want, including the exclusive Lightning Blast flavor only at Holiday.
Played in Royalton on Saturday night, Corey?
That's the holiday that, Tommy Olsen claims is the best holiday in the state.
And a guy came up to me and said, I have seen Tommy Olsen in there multiple times.
I'm sure.
He is not joking. Tommy loves this holiday.
He loves it.
Loves it.
Good for him.
Yeah, man.
Over the weekend, Packers quarterback Jordan Love agreed to a 4-year, $220 million contract with the Packers, a $75 million signing bonus. So that essentially ties him with Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow making $55 million a year over the final 8 games of last season. 18 touchdowns, 1 interception, and helped lead the Green Bay Packers to the postseason.
Here's JJ Love on his journey.
I've been here. I've been with the Packers, putting in the work. I feel like in the shadows, in the background, being out there, practice every day and trying to just work on my craft and learn. Obviously was blessed and fortunate to be behind, one of the best to do it and, learned so much through my time with Aaron and, kind of just played the waiting game. And, there's a lot of questions going into last year and, I just had to go out there with my team and be the best player I could be.
Pretty incredible watching him change the game. The first time we saw him last year to the second time we saw him last year was amazing.
Yeah, a lot of you pointed that out, right? Yeah. That it didn't even seem like the same guy within the same season.
At all.
Yeah,
most rookie quarterbacks, you have, like JJ McCarthy, we're going to have 3-ish years to look at him before we have to make a decision. The Packers had 3 years behind the scenes to look at Jordan Love and essentially had 1 year of actual football to say, all right, everything we've seen in practice is legit and we're going all in for $220 million, which is... no one knows them better than the Green Bay Packers. They think he's the real deal. I think everybody that watched the second half of last year saw that Jordan Love is the real deal.
Yeah.
And like we talked about last week, Sauce, what is their option? If you think you have one of the guys, right? There's about 15 guys on the planet that you believe can win a Super Bowl. If you think you have one of those 15 or 16 guys, you got to go all in. Yeah. And that's what they're doing. So it might not work. It might blow up in their face, but man, the kid's got all the potential in the world. He waited his turn, and now it's his.
And he took off in Green Bay when that running game started to work with Aaron Jones, who's now a Viking. So I think that's why last offseason the Packers put such emphasis on adding a very good running back, and I think they got the best one in Josh Jacobs. So that should continue for them. They've also been able to, like the Vikings have with, now with the cheap quarterbacks, they've been able to add some pieces, but they also have a very cheap wide receiver core. So they'll probably add to that, but he's been able to succeed with, bottom rung wide receivers. So he's got it, but let's see if he can do it for a whole season, and he probably will, because that's what the Packers get, endless quarterback luck.
Yeah, and say whatever you want about Kirk, but again, Kirk is in that group of guys that you can win with. The Vikings didn't, but he was one of the guys, and that's why they kept paying him a fortune, and that's why the Falcons obviously went all in, because they think for the next couple of years that gives them a window as well. Tua obviously over the weekend also got paid. Tua and the Dolphins agreed to a 4-year, $212.4 million deal. That's a little interesting. If I'm Tua's agent,
that was weird because it happened on the same day. Like, how does Tua not get the 55? Right,
or very close?
Right. That's, like, I know he's not making nothing, but you thought maybe you'd see the same from Love, but they obviously believe in Love and they have the cap space because he is obviously the highest paid player on their team, but they don't have a lot of high paid players on that Packers team. They've just drafted extremely well. I thought Tua would get 55. Tua's a stud.
Who'd you rather have?
Well, it's a good question.
Thanks.
Because if you could have Jordan Love and Tyreek Hill.
And Jalen Waddle, excuse me.
Yeah.
And Christopher Plummer.
I think
that would be fantastic.
Yeah, good point. I think I'd rather have Jordan Love. Jordan Love is better with less.
I have no idea. I know that name.
Old actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You recognize him in a second. He's been in a billion movies.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah.
Is he dead?
Oh, he's got to be.
He's got to be close.
Oh, yeah, that guy's dead.
Yeah, bad news.
What?
He died 3 years ago.
He mentioned something to Zach about Twitter, and
Yeah, Zach killed him.
killed him.
Oh, did he overreact?
Hall of Fame game is this Thursday. Texans and Bears in Canton.
Hold on one second. I can't let that go. Me saying that I don't like so many damn advertisements is causing you such a bother that you have to go. Who cares? Let me react the way I want to react. I don't like it. So what? Relax. Take a deep breath.
No, I was. I think you took your reaction to my reaction was more of like I was just saying, why not just stick to the following tab?
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks. Appreciate your help.
Happy to help.
For God's sakes.
The Hall of Fame game is this Thursday. The Texans and Bears, Canton, Ohio. First preseason game of 2024. And DraftKings has the Bears as a 1.5-point favorite. Let's gamble on it.
Yeah, we're going to bet on it a bunch. We can't wait. We'll be there on Thursday. We'll file live reports from the game. Is the game on the fan?
Good question.
Well, they can't. They got fan outdoors.
I mean,
of course, you have the schedule, don't you?
If Abbott would just email me the schedule, I could look it up quickly.
This is the last weekend without football until February.
Let's go.
Because we got, the Hall of Fame games this Thursday, and then a week from Thursday is where a bunch of them start. A week from Saturday, the Vikings' first preseason game against Oakland at home. Great times, great oldies. Let's go. It's the best. And then college football starts in like 4 weeks.
Yeah, they're at camp today.
Yeah. Yeah, PA and Nordo at camp today. And then
I'm sorry, I meant the Gophers are at camp today.
Oh, yeah.
Man. College football season has begun.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm in the college football playoffs. Laquan Xavier DiCaprio. He's eligible again.
good.
Yeah.
Did he get his grades up?
He got his grades up. Yeah, he got his grades up. We lost one of the games that I couldn't play, but we still made it to the SEC championship. Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Luck. Well,
he's been studying hard.
Who's he been paying? Right?
He's been paying some people under the table. So he got caught the first time. But that don't mean you don't stop trying. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Yeah. Did you guys read about the Texas Longhorns special teams coach?
No.
He married his stripper girlfriend known as the pole assassin.
Come on.
Oh, dude.
I thought that was Tommy.
It's hard to see other people living your dream.
The pole assassin?
Here's the headline.
Hold on.
Texas football coach marries stripper nicknamed pole assassin who has a pet monkey. Texas Longhorns coach Jeff Banks married his girlfriend Danny Thomas, the pole assassin.
I mean, salute to that, man.
Yeah.
That's the American dream if I ever heard one.
Story. That's all I needed to know right there.
Right.
But she also has a pet monkey.
Has a pet monkey as well, yeah.
I'm looking at this guy. That's
Yeah.
That's a guy that would marry a stripper.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it right in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird that you say that. I see it as well. The glasses.
Yeah.
Something about that.
Something about those glasses. That guy definitely, he lived in Sniffer Row.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah.
That guy loves it.
They didn't have to tell him to spend more money.
They knew why that guy was getting ones at the bank.
Yeah, that guy at one point said to her, "How many ones is it going to take to get you to marry me?"
Yeah. And he found that number.
He did.
He's stopping on the way home on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Who does he remind me of? He looks like somebody. I mean, really, honestly, does he look like somebody we know? The one? Are you looking at the one in the white hoodie?
Whoa.
Well, no, the white T-shirt.
Okay, I'm on the Daily Mirror website here, and there's one of him in a white Texas Longhorns hoodie, and he looks like somebody I know. Who the hell?
He does kind of. I'm seeing it from different angles. I see it,
somebody
but I don't
in the
know.
media, but I can't.
I don't know who it is. But he does look like somebody.
Hold on, it says here, I would be the special teams coach of Texas.
The Vikings preseason starts a week from Saturday. The Vikings are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders of Anaheim at U.S. Bank Stadium at 3 o'clock. That's a week from this Saturday, August 10th.
Are you going to go, Hogs?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was looking at this stripper dude.
Oh. Preseason game number 1, a week from Saturday.
I don't know.
At U.S. Bank against Vegas.
Our bit's back, Hawk. Think about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
our
We
pregame
have to be
bit.
ready for that. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Excite.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
That'll be
the
super
bit where you
fun.
guys predict the score of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our bit.
Yeah, but we come in studio,
Yeah, man. That's our
which is
bit.
half the battle.
We do things together now.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
Yeah.
Like go to Canton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's going to be a long ride.
It is.
Are we driving all the way there tomorrow? Well, yeah, because aren't we live in Canton on
We have to be
Wednesday?
there. We have to be there Wednesday morning. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
No
How
big
long is
deal.
the drive? Like 14-ish?
I haven't even looked yet.
Yeah.
About 7. Yeah, about 12. 12.
Oh, 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
So
big-
we'll get
no
there about
BD.
10 tomorrow night.
Yeah. I drove all the way to Warren and back on Friday.
It was about 5, you said?
Warren Zevon?
That's right. 5 hours. yeah.
5-ish? Ooh.
Who's
How was
paying
it?
the tolls?
Oh, Hawk. Hawk is paying for everything.
$28 in tolls.
Yeah, Hawk doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm
we have
gonna pay double.
we have a bag of change.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
been
gonna
a
pay
while
for the-
since I've been anywhere near Chicago.
Yeah.
I assume they don't do the actual spare change anymore, right? It's all digital. It's
Well,
all
are we
credit
going?
cards.
Are we going
Keep on
through
rolling.
Chicago?
It depends
You have
on
to go-
what I feel like.
Yeah,
doing.
you got to go through
Yeah, I
there.
mean, you can go through Iowa, can't you?
Yeah, it depends on what I want to do.
What were you saying, though? You just keep rolling? How does it work now?
Keep on rolling, baby. They send you a bill.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just keep on rolling. They'll send you a bill. And then you ignore that and you get arrested next time you're in Chicago.
Yeah, man, that pissed me off when I went to Iowa a couple years ago to lose at a poker tournament, and I got a speeding ticket in the mail because of the cameras. And I'm like, are you kidding me? For like 8 over.
Yeah.
I wasn't going 28 over. I was going like 8 over. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do got to go right through the heart of Chicago.
We ain't got to.
We can also go through Fort Wayne if we want.
I love Fort Wayne. I've been there.
Yeah,
many
let's do
times.
that. I mean, that'll add 25 minutes, but let's go
We'll
through
stop by
Fort Wayne.
Sweetwater.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
What really matters in a second, and then Ben Leber should be here in about 10 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Yeah, that's right. Home of the Minnesota Vikings, the Fan. Here's KOC. Camp with pads begins today.
I wouldn't expect anything less than the energy to rise up just because the pads are on and the guys get the full chance to, at least, for the most part, and maybe not all the way to the ground. We're expecting a pretty physical practice on Monday and going to try to stack some padded days as we move through the early part of camp.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go, Hogs.
Let's go.
It's right
Keep it
around the
sticking.
corner.
It has begun.
We made it.
Look, I'm not trying to make the guy out to be an absolute hero. I'm just saying I think this is a tough spot. Think about being Kevin O'Connell and meeting Kyrie Jackson a couple of months ago, right? You get a very small window to meet the guy. You're his coach, but you get a very small window, 2 months to know him?
Yeah.
And then you're asked by the family to speak at his funeral. I know he's not saving the world, but that is a tough spot. I heard KOC the other day say that's the first time he's ever done that for anyone, let alone somebody that he's only known for 2 months.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that for family members, right? Just without completely breaking down. I know you talked about that with Rod Simons back in the day, Chris,
yeah,
right?
I
How
blew it.
impossible that is.
I blew it.
But
Yeah.
I think it's impossible to quote blow it, because if you're showing emotion, that means you cared.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
But how do you take on the task of saying, how do I do this individual justice when I've only known him for 2 months? That task would freak me the
Sure.
bleep
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
And as far as I heard he did a great job, and he couldn't stop talking about how honored he was that he even got asked to do it. And that's a tough spot.
Tough. Oh, goodness.
Tough spot. Anyway, all right, that does really matter. But
Yeah.
what also really matters, is this, and it's brought to you by our friends at Catalyst Supply and CatalystSupplyCo.com.
Thank you, Catalyst.
Thanks,
Now,
Catalyst.
who brought us the very first segment of the show, I wonder?
My friends at Gutter Helmet, GutterHelmetMN.com. They're the absolute best. They're putting Gutter Helmet on my home tomorrow. Can't wait to never have to clean my gutters again. GutterHelmetMN.com.
U.S. men's basketball, 110-84 over Serbia. So the U.S. men 1-0 in Olympic play, 23 points off the bench for Kevin Durant. Ant had 11 off the bench. Basically, the story was 3-point shots. The U.S. was 18 of 32, which is outstanding. Serbia, 9 of 37.
Wow. Yeah.
So take that, Joker.
It was, I watched probably the first half. As you said, KD couldn't miss. It was sweet. They're a very, very, very good team, and they probably won't lose a game.
They shouldn't.
It's interesting too that the point differential and the group stage is so important, so they don't take their foot off the gas. They just crushed them, because they have to.
Yeah.
So
it's like college football.
I mean, are they going to play a worse team?
Badly.
I would imagine there's worse teams in Serbia, right? That they're just going to wallop over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, they played them like hell in the preliminary stage or whatever. But South Sudan is up next on Wednesday, so they took it all the way last time. But I would assume this time around the United States is going to beat them
and
by
then
like
they just
60.
get their first ever win. And
they beat Puerto Rico, youngest nation in the whole Olympics. South Sudan, they're like 12 years old.
I wonder what the line's going to be, because that exhibition game against South Sudan was a 45-point spread, and the U.S. won by what, 1?
Yeah.
Hawk knows.
I wonder what the line's going to be. Maybe something like 20-ish? What if you cut it in half and just say, can't be 45?
It's 100.
Well, 100. I'll take South Sudan.
Still hilarious that Jason Tatum didn't even get in the game.
Why? Do we know why?
No. Steve Kerr just said it was a DNP coach's decision. So
said he's not going to play more than 10 people in a 40-minute game, so that's just how it worked out.
Some people think he's trying to cause a rift in the Celtics locker room, that he's playing chess, not checkers.
Oh, brilliant.
I think that's pretty funny. But
I bet Tatum plays a billion minutes in the next one.
For
right?
sure,
just to balance it out.
Because everybody was kind of freaking out about it.
It is strange. What really matters, though, is this.
A sneeze shoots through the air at 100 miles per hour, sending 10,000 germs flying.
Wow.
Remember those graphics of the splatter projectile thing during COVID?
Gross.
Cool.
It's pretty hot. Yeah. Paul, your hands up.
U.S. is a 31.5-point favorite.
31.5.
Yep.
What side do you want?
To DraftKings. I'll take the U.S.
31.5. Okay. I'm in.
Hell yeah.
What do you want to do, 50?
Let's do 100.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do 100.
Sure. I'm now cheering against the United States of America. I guess I'm technically cheering for them to win, but South Sudan to cover.
Yeah. All right.
Because good teams win, great teams cover.
And it's Wednesday. Well, yeah, Hawk and I will be near a TV, right? Yeah, Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday afternoon?
We'll be in the hotel. We'll have to watch it in the hotel. Is that okay?
Or we'll go to the, the local...
well, you're not going to
Dude, the game already started.
Oh, yeah?
I'm up 31.5. 31.5 to 0 already.
Yeah, well.
South Sudan's got a 31.5 point lead.
Fine with that.
Man, I have North Sudan winning the whole thing.
Oh. You were bad at gambling.
Is there a North Sudan?
Technically.
Okay. Or an East Sudan. Maybe it's like West St. Paul, where it's south of St. Paul, but
what?
They call it West.
That's a confusing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Geographical point you just made there, Zachary.
East River.
The Minnesota Twins won 5-0 over the Tigers. Detroit had just one hit, thanks to Bailey Ober, who went 8 innings, 1 hit, 11 strikeouts. Look it up on your phone. The Twins won 2 out of 3 against Detroit, and Cleveland did win 4-3 over Philly. So the Twins remain 4.5 games behind Cleveland. Up next, at the New York Mets tonight, 6:10, 3 games in New York.
Sweet, man. Let's hope they make a trade tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow is the trade deadline, and I wish I could hit the I'll stand by you button. But Sauce, yesterday, you tweeted 19 hours ago, embarrassing, sell the team if you don't want to improve it.
I stand by that, yeah.
You also tweeted, hang on. I don't have it in front of me. Something about how the Poleads are the worst owners in sports.
I stand by all that. Yeah. If you have to a very good team who's 4.5 games back, who has an offense that could carry you to maybe another playoff series victory, and you have to, if you're going to make a trade, you have to find a way to match salary, that's ridiculous. Why even in the business? Like the Padres, small market team for California, they made a ton of trades, and they're going to continue to make trades to be better. I don't understand that. Like, if you don't want to, you cut $35 million off the payroll after you finally beat and won a series in the playoffs. And the hot rumor is they're going to cut even more payroll next year.
Cut payroll into pieces.
Right. What's the point?
California.
Don't get it.
That's a pretty good Californian. You do a pretty good one, Sauce, as well. Do it.
The Californians.
That's not bad for a guy who doesn't watch SNL.
I love that bit.
It's a great bit. Hi, Ben Leber.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
How are ya?
Hey, Ben, Sauce would say that lady from your show is going to be on the show today.
Yeah, man.
That lady.
Yeah, that lady that sits to my left all the time in the afternoons.
Oh,
hi, lady.
Hi, Ben. Not wearing a button up today, unfortunately.
Hi, lady. It's like Andre the Giant, Princess Bride. Elizabeth Reese played today.
She's excited.
Is she nervous?
I don't think so. I think she's. I heard that she's been practicing a little bit this last week. So yeah.
Okay. You like her chances though, or not?
No. Yeah, I mean,
Parrish is the favorite. Bonus is a tough player. Tatum's been okay. Tatum's been solid.
It's a tough field.
Okay. A couple of your buddies. You're pretty tight with Stohansky as well.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. There's no dough in the group, so she has a chance.
We could put some money on it.
See what you did there. What really matters though is this:
a woodpecker's tongue wraps around its brain to protect it.
What?
Yeah, dude. So no joke. The fact that you brought that up, the NFL concussion people, all the helmet people, whatever, like they have been studying and researching why and how woodpeckers can do what they do and not affect their brains.
Yeah.
Hey, let's back up. You said they can wrap their tongues.
Well, they do. It is. Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's inside their because their tongue is longer than their head.
Mm-hmm.
So a woodpecker's tongue wraps all the way around its brain.
Its entire life, not just once in a while. Exactly. You just mean that's where it is at all times.
Protecting it from damage when hammering a tree.
Get out of here.
Wow. Oh, I thought, wait, only when it gets after a tree, right? I think when it's flying around, it's not. It doesn't have its tongue wrapped around its brain, does it?
It just says a woodpecker's tongue wraps all the way around its brain, protecting it from damage when it's hammering a tree. So I don't know if it just, I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't seem like there should be a path from there to there.
Where's that tongue go?
That doesn't completely mess up your brain.
Right.
Right.
So what you're saying, Ben, is the NFL is trying to figure out how to get your tongue inside your head.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Oh. Yeah. They've no longer focused on actually trying to protect, like designing an outer shell. They're just trying to figure out a way to get our tongues to wrap around our brains.
Can you imagine the first person who pitched that to the NFL?
Right.
You got that new helmet done? No, I'm working on woodpecker tongues. I'm trying to figure out if we can get Micah Parsons' tongue around the back of his skull.
All right, somebody fire that guy.
Woodpeckers do it. How much are we spending on this? $1.7 billion. Oh, okay. Yeah. Some of that direct TV money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Done. Greenlight it.
I guess.
Let's go.
That is fascinating, though. The animal kingdom is fascinating.
Yeah.
So they also thought about making helmets with beaks on them. I thought that would help too.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's just when you're headbutting people.
No, it would look good in Oregon.
Oh,
for the for the ducks. I mean, it's more of a bill than a beak.
Oh, whoa! I don't know the difference.
Whoa. Well, aren't they? If we can figure out how to get a woodpecker's tongue around a brain in a person, don't we have a similar thing with like sharks? Because don't sharks not get cancer or something? We're trying to figure out why they don't.
As well, yeah.
Oh, really?
It's because they wear sunscreen.
Well played, Hawk.
Isn't that weird though? Why do humans get skin cancer? You would think after a couple 100,000 years we would have been used to being outside, right? Do other animals that are outside get skin cancer?
Great point.
Or is it just us?
That's a good point.
No.
Shouldn't we have evolved by now?
Do piggies? I think piggies do.
But that's my point. Do pigs get skin cancer?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's taking us so long? Let's figure this out.
I don't know.
I get why we get the other cancers. Why do we get cancer from the sun?
Dogs and cats can
get skin cancer.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Sharks can't get cancer because you can't smoke underwater.
More of what really matters after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
Metal legends Metallica are taking over U.S. Bank Stadium August 16th and 18th. Don't miss their M72 World Tour featuring 2 nights of epic performances, different set lists, and a bold new In the Round stage. Single tickets are still available. For full details, head over to KFAN.com, make the keyword calendar.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Ben.
Good morning,
First
stud.
day of pads, brother.
Ooh, yeah.
Today's the day. And, is tomorrow sorest day of the year, number one?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you wake up and you're like, what car
truck hit
accident
me?
did I just have yesterday?
Oh, dude, I forgot. I drove all the way to Canada basically by myself and back this weekend. So I was going through my voice memos.
Yeah.
And I have every coach interview you have done since you started doing the coach interviews.
Oh, God, that's embarrassing.
No, it's not. Not all of them. I'm joking, but no, I have those. I have Zimmer's last interview with Greg Coleman as a coach.
What kind of a locker room was it?
It was a disappointing locker room.
Oh, it was a disappointing locker room.
It was, definitely was, yeah. Yep, and Harrison Smith was returned. Harrison Ford's return was questionable.
Love Greg Coleman.
Love Greg. I saw him the other day. He was in here. Yeah,
he's the best.
He's the best. But if you ever want those, I have them all in my Dropbox. You just let me know.
Cool. Yep, I'll make sure to tap on you when I really want to listen back to those things.
Hey, what percentage of the playbook do you have to know by today? Is it 100? Or are you going to get completely just railroaded?
I would say 70 to 80% of the playbook is in.
Give me the advantage if you know it. If you're 100%, how obvious will it be to the coaches if you know 100% today versus 80 or 70?
Well, they're not. It's kind of like it's like a school quiz. Like they're not gonna you're not gonna put on the quiz things that you know for next week if they haven't covered it yet. So when they're in practice defensively, it's like, well, if you know the blitz is going to be installed next week, well, you're not running them today, so you can't really impress them with like what you know. I mean, maybe in dialogue, like when you're talking, like I don't know, if you're a rookie, let's say Dallas Turner, if he's like, oh yeah, if you want me to do that, that's kind of similar to what we do with this other blitz, and like, well, we haven't installed that blitz yet. And you're like, well, I know, like you can kind of like impress them with that, like, oh yeah, you're really like far ahead as far as your research goes, but no, they just really want you to master what they're talking about now. The problem is, it's the recall. It's like, well, we want you, if we're going to run a play and we installed it 7 days ago, but we've only run it like one time since then. Well, like, we want you to be able to recall that when we call that today. And they don't always prepare you for that, especially defensively. Defense doesn't have a script per se. Offense goes into basically every practice with the script. They know they're going to get from Flores, hey, what defenses are you going to be running? What are you guys going to be doing on this situation? So they can design their offense around that. Defensively, we're always just playing catch up. We're like, we don't know what you guys are doing. We know the drill is it's 3rd and 7 plus, and we're moving the chains. That's all we know. So we know game situation. We don't know the plays that they're going to run.
You were there the other day, correct?
I was there on Saturday.
And you saw JJ McCarthy throw it a little bit?
He looked fantastic.
Yep.
Zach, he looked fantastic in every way that you can
fantastic.
I've been high on this guy for a while.
Okay.
And
the whole town knows.
All right. So again, you've been through a billion camps as a broadcaster and as a player. What stands out in terms of this is not just a training camp, mirage? What do you see that you're like, that's going to translate? That's what's going to be the thing that gets him to be a franchise-worthy quarterback.
The Beaver, Mark. Well, I think some guys in the locker room might appreciate that. I would say the way that he's poised and calm in the pocket. You see him move around a little bit when he faces pressure, but he never seems panicked. The throws that he had in the red zone. I mean, you guys saw probably all the beat writers talking about his stats and stuff in the red zone drill. I mean, I think he had 4 touchdown passes and like five throws or something like that. It was the accuracy, the placement of the football, the timing of the throws, and the fact that he never looked like he was confused. And I can't say the same even for Darnold or any other quarterback that I saw. I mean, there were situations where, they get back there and they look like they're going to trigger on something, and then they stop and kind of pat the ball, and then they kind of buy some time and run around, and then they make a throw. It's like JJ it's like he was never confused by what the defense was giving him. And I don't know, man. He just looks very smooth.
All right. So far, so good.
So far,
no concerns yet.
No concerns.
That's great. That's all we need. All right. What really matters, though, is this.
BuzzFeed has this article, a series of articles of people who had close brushes with serial killers.
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh.
It's really interesting. When I was a young dude, I was hitchhiking in Illinois, from Central Illinois to western suburbs of Chicago. I got picked up by a guy around Joliet. His car was nothing memorable. He had a round, jolly face. He was trying to talk me up and talk to me a lot and offered to buy me a beer. We went to a bar, old divey bar. He's kept ordering me beers. And after I was kind of hammered, he gave me an offer to take me home. I started feeling weird, so I said no, got to ride home with somebody else. I was eating TV dinner on a TV tray the next day when the news came on that they'd picked up John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Oh, my. Yeah.
The story goes sideways when it starts with one day when I was hitchhiking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's the 70s, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel you.
Yeah. Spooky.
How did people back then? I get it was part of the travel culture. But how did you not just think that everybody that stops to pick you up wants to have sex with you or kill you?
That was.
I mean, that's part of the. Wasn't that?
I think that's the rush.
The rush. What a rush.
Yep.
It was like
That's the
dating
rush?
apps, but
Yeah.
not that.
With a little less murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
How else could you
Hawk,
have
have you
that?
ever hitchhiked?
Nah,
Yeah, my old man had a couple
tried.
of times.
nobody picked me up.
Yeah. You picked my dad up that one time.
Yeah, I make him go out and stand along the highways until I come by.
What side of the hitchhiking equation would scare you more? Picking somebody up or being picked up by somebody?
Picking somebody up.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Thanks, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. Tell me why.
No, I get it.
Yeah, we got him. Yeah.
Just making sure. That's a good question. I hadn't really thought of it. I just wanted to
You
be the
answered
first
it
one.
immediately,
wanted to
like
be the
I thought
first
you
one
had
to
a
answer.
strong take. Okay.
Well, because I think it goes both ways, right? Like if the fear of picking somebody up is the same thing as being picked up. Because you don't like if you were driving along.
Take a breath. Anybody else have a take
but I'm
while
being
Sauce
serious.
figures out his?
If you pick somebody up, they might be in the same boat. That's their bit. They're waiting. That's how they pick their victim, is being picked up on the highway. I think the fear goes both ways is what I'm trying.
I know, but he's asking
I'm asking which one.
You choose one.
Right,
You choose one.
Which one would you be more afraid to do? Pick up a stranger or have a stranger pick you up?
Oh, have a stranger pick me up, now that I think about it. Yeah.
Why?
Because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's in that car. You've never met them. You don't know if you get in, like with Ted Bundy, when people would get in and there'd be no way out. The doors didn't.
But what about
sever
if you're the
locks.
driver and you don't know who's getting in your vehicle?
Yeah, this is like a question I'm not capable of answering, I guess. Anybody else?
Mutually assured destruction if you are driving. That's what protects you, because if they do anything while you're driving, they would put themselves in danger. So I'd have to say I'd be more fearful as the passenger, as I don't have the control of a motor vehicle.
I'd be more scared as the driver.
I was going to say.
In
because
2024, I'm like, bro, you hitchhiking? There's Uber. You up
That's
to
a good
something.
point. Yeah, good point.
Like,
Yeah. Also, if you're driving, you're driving. So if they want to do something, and you can't defend yourself if you've got your hands on the wheel.
Yeah,
and
but either way, you can't. I mean, if they're driving, they could, run you into a pole or something. I don't know.
We're making a lot of good points.
You can get broadsided or whatever.
hey,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's a film Hawk scene.
Ben, we mentioned it, but it was before you got here, so I want your take over the weekend. A couple of giant contracts in the NFL. Jordan Love, 4 years, $220 million, tied for the most in terms of annual salary, $55 million a year with Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. And then Tua Tagovailoa gets 4 years, $212.4. Who would you rather have and why? And did either team make a mistake investing $200+ million in those quarterbacks?
Look, I'm going to just steal a couple takes here. I saw somebody aptly put on X that the market is the market. So whether we like it or not, I mean, sometimes we look at these NBA contracts, which are just going to go even through the roof, even more. Some of these TV contracts. I mean, it's like I can't believe they're paying that guy that much money. That's just sort of the way this is with quarterbacks. Like, the market is the market. That's where these guys are. That's what they've sort of proven that they're worth. And when you look at the percentage of the salary cap, that's kind of where quarterbacks are.
So I don't necessarily agree with it. It seems wrong to me to give both of these guys that giant of a contract. I think Tua's probably earned it more than Jordan Love. I think there's a higher ceiling with Jordan Love. To take Sauce's take from the last couple of segments, like, I agree. I think that Jordan's done more with less. And I think that he has more to his game than Tua. Tua just has an awesome supporting cast, and he's in the right system. So that always helps with any quarterback. But I don't know. The market's the market. I don't agree with how much money they're making, because I don't think that they've quite deserved it just yet. Not to say they couldn't get to that point, but the timing of their new contracts, it makes sense. So you have to do a deal. And I just hope that Jordan doesn't keep ascending. I think that where he's at right now, where he finished the season, I think we can compete with that. If he keeps going upwards, it's going to be a dogfight for the next 10 years in this division.
If you put Jordan Love on Miami, they'd be a Super Bowl favorite. That's, I think, the difference. And if you put Tua on Green Bay, they wouldn't. Because as much as I like to rip what's his face in San Francisco, Tua also plays on an all-star team.
Yeah.
He's got the best wide receiver, a top 10 wide receiver in Waddle. The running back by committee is incredible, and it's a fast-paced, fast-break offense that they run. It's designed with all that speed. You put him on any other team, I don't know if it works that well.
Hey, I don't know who started this nickname, but speaking of Brock Purdy, have you seen the nickname for the pending giant contract that Brock Purdy is about to get in the next year or so? I don't know who coined this first, but they're calling it the Brockalypse.
No, that's funny.
Because basically, they've been killing it because he's on a, Mr. Irrelevant salary. But eventually he's going to get paid, and he's going to be probably, when it's his turn, the highest paid quarterback in the league. And I guess somebody dubbed that the Brockalypse.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad.
I kind of like Brockop. I guess it's
Brockopoly.
Brockopolis. Yeah, it's harder to say. I don't know. Brockalypse. Whatever.
Yeah.
Bill Barnwell
that will
tweeted
be.
About, I don't know if that was him that started that or not.
That will be interesting to see. Sauce is going to love it if they don't have a guy like Ayuk, and let's say that Debo can't consistently stay healthy,
which he hasn't.
Which he hasn't. You've got two guys. You've got Kittle and you've got CMC. He's going to have to do some work as a quarterback to get this offense going. I mean, those two guys are studs, but you need those wide receivers, and you see what this offense looks like when you can jet sweep it to Debo, and you can do all these other gadget things with Debo. And if they don't have Ayuk, they miss a true wide receiver. So if he's going out being successful this year with no Ayuk and an intermittent Debo Samuel, then I think, back up the Brinks truck, because this guy's earned it.
They're saying potentially $325 million is the deal he might get next year.
Yeah, but California taxes, he gets like nothing.
Gets a couple bucks. What really matters, though, is this.
You're right, Corey. Crayola came from the words oily, chalk.
Did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Was that Latin for something?
No, I don't think so. Oily, chalk. And then they took the chalk. And I don't know.
Kind of smushed it.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, what crayons are made? Is it chalk that's oiled?
I don't know. Did you watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when they went on the field trips?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't pay attention.
I got a better one. I'm going to give you this one instead. Taser.
This we've heard. The acronym, right?
Yeah, do you know what it's?
No, I don't remember, though. I just know it's an acronym.
Taser from American Gladiator, or just the actual taser?
That was laser.
Is it guessable?
Okay.
Nah, I don't think
dang
so.
it, we've done this before. I don't remember what it is,
I don't remember it at all.
Targeted?
Thomas A. Swift's electric rifle.
Got it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is not guessable.
No.
Unless you know it.
I just thought it was like an electrical thing. Because tase, I don't know, it just sounds electrical.
Yeah.
But, no, good for Thomas.
Was it electric rifle or electrical
did his
rifle?
Brother Larry invent the laser?
Okay, you did the shark smoking underwater joke last segment, and we all gave you a thumbs up.
Brother Ralph.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Great. Yeah, Ralph's
the razor.
Yeah, no, I got it.
And his brother Gary.
At a graveyard. Ben, have you watched any of the Olympics? And if so, what have you liked?
Just a little bit here and there. Unfortunately, no, not as much as I'd like.
Hey, if you take the, whatever, everybody's complaining about the opening ceremonies because of the controversy with this and that and blah, 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 blah. Take that out for a second. It was like 6 hours long, right? It went on forever.
Yeah.
The first half of it, to me, was the absolute equivalent of Coldplay doing halftime in the middle of the day when it was in San Francisco. An opening ceremonies during the day is a terrible idea. Yeah. Once it got dark and then I know it's sort of raining. Once it got dark and stuff, then they did some really cool things. Yeah. Opening ceremonies during the day? That looked so dumb.
Yeah.
On the river, you would have some guy on the side of the river doing like a TikTok dance. You're like, this is what you paid for?
Yeah, very weird.
Oh, very weird. It got better, but man, turn the lights off.
And there was
Get indoors.
2-hour wait to light the damn cauldron.
Was it really? I didn't see that part.
Why? What happened there? Well, first of all, they needed to go back down the river with it at the end of the night, and then they had to go through the Louvre or whatever that's called. It was a little while. People were complaining. It was like a half hour, 45 minute from the end of Celine Dion to
just light the damn thing. Let's go.
Light the candle.
Where's the guy with the bow and arrow? Where's Muhammad Ali?
By the way, can I just say, Celine Dion, unbelievable.
I didn't make it
she
that
killed
far.
it.
4 hours.
Did she?
Too long.
She killed it. I was crying. It was awesome.
Because of Celine or just in general?
Because
just a rough Friday night?
her story with this stiff person syndrome or whatever.
We call it Weekend at Bernie's.
And she, does she look stiff? She looked amazing. It did not appear. I mean, she's been through hell and back, and man, she's got a talented voice. First concert.
Thank you for your
Target
honesty.
Center, 98.
That checks out.
Yep.
The news is next. Mark Parrish should be here in a second. Eric Stolhansky should be here in a second. And a little bit, Tatum Everett, Elizabeth Reese from Twin Cities Live. They're playing Initials with John Bonus and more at 8:15 is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.